Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Don't go no further, infidel. This next shot will miss.
I can hear you scampering around like a little sprat.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Look at a few close ones, Commander. Don't mind me. They did me in. Help me out.
Giving up? I can hear you scampering around like a... Giving up? What are you doing down there? I can hear you scampering.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Don't go no further, infidel. This next shot won't miss.
Hate to ask for help, but help?
What are you doing? Oh, have you given
Better
up?
if I go unseen.
What are you doing down there? I can hear you scampering around. Refrain.
Who are used to... Gun locked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Oh, have you given up? I can hear you scampering around.
They did me
like a
in.
sprite.
Help me out.
What are you doing down there? Oh, giving up? What are you doing down there? I can hear you scampering around like a little sprite. Oh, have you given up? What are you doing down there? I can hear you scampering around like a little sprite. What are you doing down there? I can hear you scampering around like a little sprite. Oh, have you given up? What are you doing down there? Oh, have you given up?
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Go no further into now. This next shot will face.
I can hear you scampering.
killed him.
Paramedic to the rescue. Right on scene. Out of sight and on the way.
I can hear you scampering around, you little sprat.
One elevator ride away from heaven. Having to breeze in our crosshairs. Finally.
Suppose we can entertain a tentative agreement. I hereby agree that both of our parties will lay down their arms. For now.
I am pleased to hear it. There is no need for senseless bloodshed when we may yet come to an accord.
I remind you that a contract signing may still be a ways off, but we might consider the hierarchy between our parties should we wish to proceed with a merger, an alliance.
No, we wouldn't want any unseemly quarrels over power. Especially when presiding bishop Ruth Bazaar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people.
Foresight does not win wars. A military's might does. Our very own officer Carr has proven that, exploiting weaknesses in the Protectorate to great effect. Do you have such guys?
So you think that your people should rule? I don't wish to denigrate your military's knowledge here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people.
Oh, there they are. Right out in the open. Best speed this up. We can't have gotten long before DeVries goes through with her plan.
To feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him, even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested in what you can steal.
Dear Vicar, you are not yourself. Perhaps Auntie and your bishop should continue these talks.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Oh, and once you stop me, will you stop speaking for him too? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Everything. The Order is on the verge of learning how to control the rifts. They just need the right data and a prototype modulator that's hidden away in a Protectorate lab on Praetor. But like the Protectorate before them, Anti-Space must never have access to that technology. No. The Order's seers approached me after I arrived in Arcadia, and proved to me that I needed to act, to stop the Protectorate's rift research from annihilating our— You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke, and I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. And yet it's nothing compared to the utter and complete destruction that would have come to pass. No, I did the right thing at Horizon Point, despite the cost. I had to sit with too many unanswered questions after the mission. You recall what I said of the rift modulator, of the data? It's the only way to control the rift. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts, and the Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt anyone else.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. No, it wasn't just talk, but fine. I'll follow your lead. Just don't ask me to forgive her, Commander.
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the Order the 2 dead delegates, that's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Do you wish me to beg forgiveness? Torture myself in an attempt at atonement? These delegates cannot leave here. I will not let your crew's sacrifice, your be in vain. It can't be. Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you save the Order from its. Even if the circumstances for peace are right, surely their envoys If I can do anything to put doubt in either faction's mind, I'll do it. Even if what you say is true, there's no undoing the past. Not for me. This mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to carry out my plans, Commander, then all that's left... Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her... No, it doesn't matter. You've made it clear you despise to your crew. Now you wish to convince me that you want me to live? Do you actually? I want nothing more than that. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and if you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can Because, whether you believe it or not, you are the picture of an Earth Directorate agent. Ah, and humble. As for me, I've reached the of what There's also a... It may be... Wait, what in the void is that?
Station's not gonna hold up against that rip for long. We need to get back to the incognito now.
Follow me, quick!
That rift's not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander, huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of you are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent. Analyze this data. You will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any agent guidelines. The parameters, the agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. I have also detected the surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries' assertion of a prototype modulator on that maybe acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is coincidentally, both delegates also at the station and have sent messages. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Turning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the Rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show up. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed Invaluable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
Someday our former colleagues realize their miscalculations. When that happens, we will reunite in thought and purpose to solve the universal equation.
Keep put, much is left to come. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and construct.
Commander, word? What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? Then why'd you do it? That sort of thinking never would have slowed DeVries on the draw. That's really as much remorse as you can muster. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so let's just end things there, for now.
Statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data.
Never thought you'd manage to save DeVries along with the delegates. They could be reckon my being present for the dramatic rest will gain me some clout with Auntie's Choice. Just there's one thing wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something, would it?
If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land.
It could have been more sub. By the way, what DeVries said about Auntie and the don't take it to heart, huh? Auntie ain't an idiot. Much as she loves business, reckon she loves. I'd agree with you. Still, whether we gain that anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
information, there can be no chance. Only
Saving the
outcome.
delegates from considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts.
Now we come to one
May
of
the
the
plan.
difficult concepts in the order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of
I'm
a coin
glad
is
we
no
made it off
defeat,
Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future.
as if it had been flipped, and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose.
Is anything worse than my former fellow protectorate?
Was ever left to chance?
Commander.
The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are forced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a No, not a travesty, a tragedy, a horror. A horror the archive will help avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal. To the solving of the probability. Enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must know.
A short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the matriarch and first sovereign are buried, supposedly. Zeb left out the mission parameters, probably worried his message might be intercepted. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go. Much obliged.
Wireless. We verify before we amplify. Confirm your hypotheses.
Observe that form.
Lemma has you covered.
From the Order of the Ascendant.
That formidable structure in the distance. I hope the device we are after remains within.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving a selection of mathematical clues?
The color of space. Natural analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otiscard replied, no hesitation, beige. To experienced lumen astronomers, his answer was the expected one. You can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission theory. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion of that radiation. The visible reflection is its color. However, most stellar objects far more radiation than they absorb, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency of light and hence what portion of the spectrum that light is in. Low temperature and infrared are not visible to us without proper instrumentation, which I need not describe here. As the
ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Its emitted light shifts up into visible light. Through red, orange, red, yellow, red, gold, green, even red, blue stars. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. These are possible green stars. Listeners can easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must, disregard any star emitting green light, and its fluid and/or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar.
The rock should hit the broadside of a freighter. Comment.
Green light. In fact, such a composition itself constitutes evidence for intelligent interference. No such evidence of any kind has ever been detected. Let's get back to Mr. Odescard, the famous stellar photographer. The methodology of the Odescard's chromospectral survey was straightforward. He partitioned his astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object within the grid. He ignored empty regions, as black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander!
Subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted.
Ready to waste it on your command.
And that result was... and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends toward the addition of a variety of reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you have it. So go forth, neophytes, and as you stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that beige is also the color of the universe.
Electrical damage failing.
Has undergone a sudden destabilization event, spiking in mass and activity, surging 17.2% into a web-like construct spanning 0.17 astronomical units. The geometrical math underlying this energetic classification reshapes our understanding of exponential dynamics. No exaggeration, we will spend years analyzing this phenomenon. Yet we must suppress our curiosity for the moment. It has become clear that both the large and localized rifts have transitioned.
Got a distraction! Over here! Free hole in the head!
Observe something. Thus, we will save humanity and preserve the rifts for laboratory study. A logical course of action with no risk of mishap.
end message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions." That apparently was a note to self.
Hey, Commander, I wanted to. I've also given some. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Only felt right to clear the air. Sure.
Music determined to facilitate cognition. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Your command.
I shall not stay your execution. Head, look down here.
Now you see.
Now you don't.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
That doesn't sound like anything I'd like to meet up close.
That to all our friends in the Office of Hindrance Deterrence and Obviation. Keep on. Those pivotal impediments won't preclude themselves.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in... Now for a song.
I shall reduce them to a slurry!
Commander. Don't mind me.
Electrical damage. Failing.
Not getting up without help, Commander.
Electrical damage. Failing.
A listener asks, how does prediction work? Well, the intricacies are much too complex for the layperson to grasp, but that's hardly a satisfying answer. Trust Vicar Meg's sci-fi for a fathomable description that even the shallowest-minded among you might absorb.
Always happy to illuminate. We start with a person's life, as determined from the extensive questionnaire they filled out at their nearest predictory. Then, we perform a standard surface integration of the equation, leading, of course, to the production of an undetermined constant. But by using a single data point through that list, we can assign a value to that constant, leading to a simple-to-use, simple-to-understand life prediction equation. We can use additional points to not only validate our model, but also to improve its predictive accuracy. And we can use the resulting integration to predict future life events. And there you go. I knew you'd understand. In fact, I predicted it. Until next time, keep your theories coming.
Stay tuned for what follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
We were once two separate points. We had no connection till the end of the earth gave us both direction. Then we were parallel lines. close proximity. And then one day our eyes did meet, and fate set into motion that telltale my heart's comfort secret.
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. Colleagues, we are living in astounding yet increasingly difficult to predict times.